Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course we elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I extend to you the eternal and of course the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. A most pleasant good morning going out to you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. It is now coming to the end of the week. We are heading towards the weekend. How has your week been thus far? What plans have you got for the weekend? I hope and pray that you are healthy and well, enjoying a period of happiness and prosperity and well-being. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safras Ghani, here in your company once again on this auspicious, on this holy day of Jum'ah, the day of Friday, here in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, before we go any further, I must take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to Pandit Shiv and Hari Prasad for those beautiful and wonderful words of inspiration and motivation, as we always tend to do on the program. We do wish him a safe and a speedy trip back home. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Well, today's Islamic date is the 4th day in the month of Safar, which of course is now the second month on the Islamic calendar. We have now rolled over to the second month on the Islamic calendar. As a matter of fact, earlier this week, on Monday, the 5th of August, the moon was looked for to commence the new month, to commence this month of Safar. And of course, I can report to you that the moon was sighted, which basically means that the first month on the Islamic calendar, the month of Muharram, completed 29 days, after which the moon was sighted, and then we commenced this particular month, the second month, the month of Safar, and of course we are in the year 1446. So just like that, one month has come to an end in the new Islamic year, the month 1446. Just like that, another month has rolled over. And today also coincides with the second Friday in the month of August for the year 2024. Time is going by very, very quickly. Before you can blink, another month has gone by. Before you can blink, another week has gone by. And I always say what is extremely important is how you utilize the time afforded to you by the Almighty. And right now, as we are getting ready to commence the holy day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, allow me now to take the opportunity to welcome you live on air, live on the internet, live across our social feeds as well for this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. Do stick around. I've got lots to share with you as we get through this particular hour together.
الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل دجى من وفرته है नूर साहर चेहरे से तेरे और शब की रौनक जुल्फों से अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह Allahu, 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 Allah. كنز الكرم مولى النعم هدي الأمم لشريعته नेमत का खजीना है मौला, गंजीना है रहमत है आका, हादी है तमामी उम्मती के, ओ रहनुमा है शरीयत के। अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह, अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह। سأت الشجر نتلقى الحجر، شق القمر بإشارته، उंगली के इशारे पैर चले, हिजाज से पत्थर बोल उठे, और चांद हुआ है दो टुकड़े, अंगुष्ठ के इशारे से। अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह, अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह। जिब्रीलु अता लैलत अस्रा, والرب دعا في حضرته، जिब्रील आमी पैगाम खुदा लेकर आए थे शबे अस्रा। अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह, अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह। فوسيلتنا هو سيدنا، والعز لنا بإجابته. الله 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 الله، لا إله إلا الله.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Imam's Fries and the Chicken Restaurant, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, of course, you are tuned into Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani. As always, I must say, it's an absolute honor and, of course, a personal pleasure to be in your company once again for around about the next hour or so. Of course, you can message me via the WhatsApp number 2994-103. Alternatively, you can send me a message via the social feeds as well. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. Well, on the program this morning, as we always tend to do, we've got a very, very interesting segment lined up for you. Of course, we start off with our short inspirational segment. We've got the early morning call to prayer coming up. I'll be sharing with you a few beautiful Islamic selections. And later on in the program, as we get into our lecture segment, this morning, we'll be looking at some of the characteristics of a trustworthy person. Very, very important aspect. Very, very important to take on board and to understand What are those characteristics that really and truly make up a trustworthy person? So that, of course, is coming up in our lecture segment. So like I mentioned before, I've got lots to share with you. Do stick around. This is Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM.
يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد. صلى الله على خاتم الأنبياء محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين. محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين. محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد.
Allah's blessings and mercies on you and yours on this beautiful Friday morning, the day of Jum'ah. Jum'ah Mubarak going up to you and yours. May Allah continue to bless each and every single one of us with all that is good in this life as well as in the life of the hereafter. And as we thank Allah for the gift of a brand new day, as you look forward to another day, another week, another month, so to speak, as you welcome with open arms the gift of a brand new day, it is important to remember that somewhere along your path, you will struggle. Somewhere along the journey of life, you will encounter hurdles. Some may be small, some may be large and devastating, but always remember you are not alone in your struggle. You can be happy, you can be successful, you can be thriving, yet still struggles will come your way. Hurdles will present themselves in front of you. And struggling is a part of everyone's path. No one is free from it. But as you go through the challenges of your life, remember that the time will pass. You will maneuver yourself around the hurdles. Never forget the strength that you are able to gain through encountering those challenges and those struggles. Sometimes in life, it is always good to just take a step back and breathe. Just breathe. Stop worrying and stop panicking. Nothing good can come out of expecting the worst. And sometimes the way that you are feeling lost and alone, remember that if you connect with the Almighty, He will deliver you. And we all go through that sometime in our lives. We all feel dejected at some point. We all feel disappointed at some point. But you got to pick yourself up. Tell yourself that you will be okay. You will figure it out. And when you think about it, you have survived. You have survived and you have pushed through. Hence the reason why you have now found yourself at this point in your life. You are a fighter, you are a champion, and you will survive. May Allah continue to bless you this day. May He remove all obstacles, all hurdles. May He protect you from all evil, from all dangers. May He guide your footsteps towards all that is good in this life, as well as in the life of the hereafter.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Imam's Fries and the Chicken Restaurant, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, ma'am.
So as we get into our lecture segment for this morning, I want to set the mood. And I want to set the mood by narrating to you this particular anecdote. But not only will it set the mood, but it will also highlight the topic for our inspirational segment this morning. So two friends were once walking down the sidewalk on a busy street during rush hour. There were all sorts of noises in the busy streets, all sorts of noises coming from the busy city, cars honking, feet shuffling, people talking. And amid all of that noise, all of a sudden, one of the friends turned to the other and said, "I can hear a cricket." The other friend said, "What? No way. How is it possible? How could you hear a cricket with all of this noise taking place around us? You must be imagining things. And besides, I've never seen a cricket in the city." So the other friend said, "No, really, I do hear a cricket. Come, let me show you what I'm talking about." So she stopped for a moment and she led her friend across the street to a huge park with a tree in it. Pushing back the leaves, she found a small brown cricket sitting right amongst the leaves. The friend said to her, "Well, that is absolutely amazing. You must have, superhuman hearing. How is that even possible? That among all the noise that is occurring around us, you are able to hear this small creature making noise. What is your secret?" Well, the first woman replied that there really is no secret. It all depends on where your focus is, and it depends on what you listen for. Amid all of the noise of the city, she was actually able to hear the noise of the small insect, the cricket, residing in the tree. And as you go through the motions of your busy lives, rushing down highways from place to place, preoccupied with your inner thoughts and your inner expectations, what do you really hear? Where is your focus? What are you paying attention to? What are you listening to? What are you listening to in your life? Your ability to properly listen can be influenced by a number of things that could be going on in your own lives, or by the habits that you have picked up along the way. More than ever, it is so easy to become distracted by something or by your own thoughts, which then disengages you from what is being said. Always remember that good communication consists of two parts. Number one, expressing yourself. The other, listening to others. And many people forget the second part. Lots of people are very good at speaking, they're very good at talking, but when it is time to hear the thoughts and feelings of someone else, they tend to fall short. With regards to listening, many people tend to fall short. Listening can be very, very challenging. Of course, it comes naturally to few people, but most people have to work towards it. Listening is an art that must be acquired. You must train yourself to listen to those things that you would like to see materialize in your life. Very, very important point. Train yourself to listen to those things that you would like to see materialize in your life. If you want to be positive, then you must learn to start listening to positivity. If you want to be happy, then you must start by listening to happiness. Begin to listen to happiness. If you want to be prosperous, then you must start listening to prosperity. You choose what you listen to, and eventually what you listen to will become your primary focus on life. And that is a very important aspect. The art of listening transcends mere hearing, and there are two things. One is hearing, the other is listening. The art of listening transcends mere hearing. It is an act of transformative practice. It is an active and transformative practice that enriches you as an individual to become a stronger version of yourself. By embracing active listening, you are then able to enhance your communication skills, deepen your relationships, foster empathy and understanding, and empower yourself and others to grow and to thrive. Listening is often something we take for granted. It is common that people often hear what is being said, but hearing is a lot different to listening. Hearing and listening are two totally different things. Sometimes you can hear what is being said without actually listening to what is being said. Yes. To listen, you need to make a conscious effort, not just to hear what people are saying, but you need to make a conscious effort to take it all in, to absorb it, to digest it, and above all, to understand what is being said. Not only does listening enhance in your ability to understand better, but it makes you a better communicator. It also makes the experience of speaking to you more enjoyable to other people. And when we look at the example set for us by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we can find this as one of the guiding factors. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to pay complete attention to the person that he was communicating with, giving the person the feeling that he or she was the most important person in the world. He would turn his complete body towards the person, making eye contact. His body language will reflect the wants or the feelings or the thoughts being expressed by the other person. He would allow the other person to complete his or her thoughts and would paraphrase to let the person know exactly that he understood what they were saying. His message was always brief and concise and comprehensive. And when someone was speaking to him, he would never appear bored. He would never appear in a rush. He would never turn away from the speaker until he or she was totally finished with what they were saying. I saw a post on social media recently that I thought was quite beautiful. There is a project which was experimented on in the country of Denmark. The name of the project is the Human Library. The Human Library. So apparently in Denmark there are libraries where you can borrow someone instead of borrowing a book, simply to listen to their life story for 30 minutes. So you go and you borrow another individual and you sit there and you listen to that person for 30 minutes. The aim is to fight against prejudice, because every person has a title: unemployed, refugee, bipolar, survivor, etc., etc. But listening to their stories help you to appreciate life and help you to realize that you should never ever judge a book by its cover. And this innovation is quite brilliant project, and it's quite active now, and it has definitely caught on in more than about 50 countries. Remember, being a good listener is essential for building relationships, for resolving conflicts, for showing empathy and support. And good listening is a skill that not only benefits you, but also positively impacts those around you, creating a more harmonious and productive environment. We were given 2 ears but only 1 mouth, because listening is twice important and much harder than talking. So today, as you carry on with your busy life, stop hearing and start listening. And I can definitely assure you, you will be able to appreciate life a lot more, and you may even be able to make a positive difference in the world that you are living in today. At this point in the program, we now go to the early morning call to prayer. The early morning call to prayer is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على حي على
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Imam's Fries and the Chicken Restaurant, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
في ليلة من الليالي لست يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي عصيت والذنب كبير وإني في حزني أسير مقيد بذنبي يا الله فهل أستحق يا إلهي عفو جمال مقر بالذنوب يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني دوما يا ربي قد كنت معي لكنني نهيت عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني دوما يا ربي قد كنت معي لكنني أعيد عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي واليوم يا ربي أعود من ظلمة خلف الحدود فالقلب منكسر وطرف حالي وأنا الغريق فلا أرى إلا سواك لمنقذا لا منجا ولا منجا إلا أنت يا إلهي 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 أما message from the sky, a mercy for mankind. If you lose your way, will always be your guide. Greater than this world, move mountains with its word. Fixed every part of me and put my heart at ease. And now I know words heal a soul, most beautiful of miracles. The more you read, the more you feel Allah's love with every beat. Al-Quran, Nur wa Bayan. Al-Quran, هدي الإيمان. القرآن مسك الختام. يا قرآن عليك سلام. كلام الله شفاء للصدور. آياته جمال تحلو به الحياة. قلبي يشتاق إليه نور بين يديه. رفيق في الحياة طريقي للجنة. علم يقين هدي مبين يجلو الأحزان يحيي الإنسان. شوق وشجون دم وحنين متمازج يقرأ القرآن. القرآن نور وبيان. القرآن هدي الإيمان. القرآن مسك الختام. يا قرآن عليك سلام. اللهم اجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء همومنا وهدينا في الدنيا والآخرة. القرآن نور وبيان. القرآن هدي الإيمان. القرآن مسك الختام. يا قرآن عليك سلام. Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the red of my mother's love, the true blue of my father's hugs. I see the orange of my siblings' smile. I see the pink and the white of the love of my life, and the deep, deep green that all children bring are the coolness of my eyes. For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. Whenever I am down, I look up to the sky and I see the signs from Allah Most High. Most of all, I see light, endless light upon light. Mercy from Allah, who is yours and mine. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Rabbal Alameen. Bismillah, and again I begin. Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the yellow like a sunflower smile, Of an orphan girl who says Alhamdulillah, or a mother who lost her child, sees him waiting on a throne of gold so high, or a father who holds his stride, working hard every day and is firm in his faith, burning bright like a beautiful crimson flame. Says Allah, keep my family safe. For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. Whenever I am down, I look up to the sky and I see the signs from Allah Most High. Most of all, I see light, endless light upon light. Mercy from Allah, who is yours and mine. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Rabbal Alameen. Bismillah, and again I begin.
Of course, there are times, both yours and mine, when the tears in our eyes sting and blur out the light. But these lows bring the highs of the strength I have inside to always see my cotton candy sky.
For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again.
Welcome back. I'm yours truly, Imam Safras Ghani, host of this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment of this beautiful Friday morning. It is, of course, the day of Jum'ah, the end of the week. Blessing upon blessing, light upon light. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. And at this point in the program, we now get into the lecture segment. And like I mentioned before, this morning we are exploring the characteristics that make up a trustworthy person. And I can tell you, a trustworthy person is an absolute gem in the community. Human beings are indeed social creatures, and as you go through life, you inevitably come into contact with many, many people. As you go through life, you try your best to interact with good and upright people, and you also try your best to stay away from bad and from evil people. But sometimes identifying who are the good people and who are the bad people is not such an easy task. Sometimes a person may look decent on the outside, but internally they are nothing but evil. Also, we may come across a person who outwardly may not necessarily strike us as being a good person, but when their true colors come to light, they are some of the most genuine people that you will ever hope to meet upon the face of the earth. No one likes to interact with a person who will harm and betray them. We all like to interact with a person who is genuine and a person who is trustworthy. A trustworthy person is a true gem to be found. It is absolutely important to understand what a trustworthy person looks like for two reasons. Firstly, you must be able to identify the characteristics of a trustworthy person so that you can protect yourself from the person who is there to betray you, from a person whose only purpose in life is to betray you. Secondly, you must be able to identify the characteristics of a trustworthy person so that you yourself can adopt those characteristics and become a trustworthy person yourself. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had a nickname that caught on with the people even before he became a prophet. What was the nickname? The Arabic term was used, Al-Amin. He was referred to as Al-Amin. Al-Amin, when translated in English, means the trustworthy one. So what are some of those characteristics that makes a person trustworthy? Number one, a trustworthy person is truthful. Because why? Because trust is based on the truth. So a trustworthy person must be truthful. A trustworthy person knows that it is not enough to possess a truth. The truth must possess them. They are true to their word and their actions, and you can depend on them to be a genuine pillar of support in your life. A trustworthy person is an honest individual. Trustworthy people are honest. They match their words and their feelings with their thoughts and their actions. They do not like to think one thing and speak another. And when you badmouth people, when you speak bad of people behind their back, and you sweet talk them in front of their face, you undermine the core of trust. A trustworthy person, he stays away from that particular concept. They're able to be upright, they are able to be honest. A trustworthy person is reliable, and very importantly, they are able to keep their promises. Their yes means yes, and their no means no. They are able to honor their commitments. This includes keeping appointments, whether they are with clients or colleagues, family members, sales personnel, and the list can go on and on. Few things inspire trust in another sooner than punctuality. A trustworthy person is loyal, and he will never ever betray you. Trustworthy people are loyal, and they will try to be loyal as much as possible, especially to those who are not present. By defending those who are absent, you retain and you build the trust of those who are present. Remember that. A trustworthy person knows that to repeat unkind gossip about another person can bring about more harm than good. Therefore, a trustworthy person is very careful not to repeat gossip unless they have a sound basis for considering it to be true and beneficial. A trustworthy person is someone you can confide in, having total confidence that they will never ever betray that trust. And that is something that we very seldom find in our communities today. You may find a lot of ears willing to listen to you, a lot of ears claiming that they are confidential, claiming that you can confide in them, but then when you do, you find all of your news plastered across the 7 o'clock news, so to speak. So a trustworthy person is someone you can confide in fully, having total confidence in that individual that they will never ever betray your trust. You can divulge your innermost secrets and have full faith that those secrets will never be exposed, regardless of the situation. A trustworthy person is not biased, he's not prejudiced. A trustworthy person strives to attribute good motives to the actions of other people. And in life, sometimes we are all prone to being too quick to judge others. Being quick to question the motives of others and always making assumptions of others is not a sign of a trustworthy person. We usually want to give all credit to ourselves and then attach dark motives to other individuals. That is not a sign of a trustworthy person. A trustworthy person is a humble individual. A trustworthy person recognizes that humility is the key to success. A trustworthy person is able to interact with others on the assumption that they do not have all of the answers or all of the insights. They do not have a superior attitude. A trustworthy person values different viewpoints. different experiences, different suggestions of others. And he is very, very humble in his approach, having the inner strength to be humble, especially during times of provocation, is often the difference between those who are successful and those who are not. It is the difference between those who are, beneficial to humanity and those who are not. A trustworthy person is able to accept accountability for their words and their actions. A trustworthy person is cooperative. A trustworthy person is willing to assist others with no strings attached. A trustworthy person is just in his words and his actions, and they strive to return kindness to those people who may, come across to them as offensive. And a trustworthy person is able to promote communication and understanding. Like I mentioned before, a trustworthy person is indeed a true gem. If you can find one, hold on to that person. But more importantly, you must also strive to become one. Strive to become trustworthy, because that is where your success will begin. So I say to you this morning, may Allah protect not just you, but may Allah protect all of us from people whose only aim is to betray and destroy us. May He guide us to those people who are genuine, and to those people who are trustworthy in every aspect, but more so, may He make us one of the trustworthy ones.
Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday, it's the best day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak. I'm waking up in the morning, got the special Friday feeling. Getting ready in my best clothes now. My juba looking crisp, going all out. Jumping my ride to the masjid. Hearing the khutbah, it's a blessing. Now we're standing in the sun and we're praying. Then I greet our kids with Assalamu alaikum. Friday is here and it is the best of days. When we go to the masjid and we all pray. There are blessings on this special day. Thank you, Allah, thank you for this day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday, this is the best day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak. Friday sunnahs are locked down, looking fresh with my miswas. We didn't see the talk up on a Friday. That's how the someone on the prophet is me upon it. Friday is here and it is the best of days. When we go to the masjid and we all pray, there are blessings on this special day. Thank you, Allah, thank you for this day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak. It is Friday, this is the best day. Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Mubarak. We all get this special day to change our ways, to cleanse our hearts, a brand new start. And don't forget that hour of Saturday is the job where prayers are accepted from our Allah. Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Jumma Jumma Mubarak, Juma Juma Mubarak, it is Friday, this is the best day. Juma Juma Mubarak, Juma Juma Mubarak, Juma Juma Mubarak, Juma Mubarak, Juma Mubarak.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Imam's Fries and the Chicken Restaurant, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, and of course, on that note, as we are now coming to the end of the program for this morning, I must take the opportunity to say a very, very special thank you going out to you and yours. Thank you so much for joining me on the program this morning. Thank you so much to all those who would have messaged, special salams, greetings, Jummah Mubarak going out to all those who would have messaged on the program via the WhatsApp, via the social feeds as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much for your beautiful messages, your beautiful greetings. Right back at you as well. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Of course, it was indeed an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past hour. So by all means, do catch me next week Friday from 5 a.m. as we bring to you another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safraz Ghani, signing out for this morning. Until next week Friday, please do have an extremely blessed day. Stay safe, stay in the mercy of Almighty Allah. Much love, and may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Up next is News at 6, followed by Prabhat. Definitely do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and motivational programming as we go through the course of today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Every night in my dreams, I pray that I see. That is what I ask. Far across the distance and spaces between us, I want to see your face. May fall the soul alone. I can't wait to be with you and hold you and be loved. Your love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. Your soul must have me through my